pleasure.
I can go ahead with my question to Don if need be then.
Yeah, why don't you do that and we'll try and reconnect.
Okay, sure. Hey, Don, it's always a pleasure. Don, there's probably been no one on this planet that has been involved with more big fights than you have. And you said earlier that this particular fight, is a historic fight because of the, obviously the age of Bernard Hopkins and his attempt to be the oldest light heavyweight champion in history. Where does it rank in all of those wonderful fights you've been involved with?
This is right at the top of the heap because, Bernard is Bernard, and Bernard come out from very dire circumstances. What people must recognize and appreciate and realize is that being under the handicap, fighting the color barrier that has been embedded in 400 years of here and around the world, that universal color barrier that makes a double standard and makes things very difficult for people of color, because of the different stereotype images that have been perpetrated about us, with us, as us, is been doing. Bernard, I think, he raised himself above the fray. And so, therefore, he's now 48 years old, and after being champion and putting on great performances, but no matter what, coming out the victor, this means a lot, like he says, to himself and to the world in the sport of boxing. But to me, is the mere fact that a 48-year-old man in this sport and can handle himself with his physique and with his abs and being in such great physical condition and mentally acclimated with the experience of all 27 years of being in the sport, this is a crowning achievement in itself. So that's why I would not look at this fight with any disdain, only with joy and appreciation, because the world is going to see a physically fit 48-year-old man. And they used to have a television program say age begins at 40. We'd come back and you'd have all the stars and they would go around, boom, boom, boom. And so now Bernard is doing that in sports. So when Tavoris, who I think is a young mini Tyson, is a guy that is, once he got with Abel Sanchez now, and he's be able to throw punches in bunches and be a little bit more active in firepower rather than trying to find a one-punch knockout scene, I think this is going to be great for both of them because Tavoris will have his hands full. I think he will then be able to acquit himself so adroitly, and when he does it, it puts this fight at the top level because it's demonstrating to people that in America anybody can do a lot of things, but to an athlete in a sport that has not been accused of any type of drug enhancement drugs, dealing with what he did from hard work, dedication, and commitment, and then likewise Tavoris coming out of the street too and not being caused or accused of any type of enhancement. These guys are doing what it was basically fundamentally from the beginning, coming back with age-old hard work, dedication, commitment, and perseverance. So it's going to be a great fight for both of them, and it's going to be illustrative of what a wonderful career Bernard had, and it will be moving on from the taking the picture, that come from bringing it and passing the mantle to the young that is coming up and now moving on, the old being old and going on, the young and coming on. So we've got a great altercation here, a great fight. It's going to be fantastic for both of them, but the winner will be the public to see this dynamic fight take place.
So you're ranking this as one of the top fights you've ever promoted. That's what I'm asking.
Yes, it's ranking right up there in that area because it's from a different perspective. But this one being age with physical capacity and great mental capacity that can be able to acquit himself where he's not coming in belabored, with a cane and things that can say that you're taking advantage of him. And you got a young man who's aggressive, hungry, ready to go out there, fight, want to get some money, wants to be able to get rich like Bernard. And so this gives the young inspiration, motivation to be able to go out and do it. So that's what, from that perspective, is right up the top of the ladder.
Is there any other fight that you would parallel to it that you've been involved with in your career?
Yes, you can parallel from when I made the Foreman and Ali fight. The same thing was there. George Foreman told me that, if he beat the old man, he says he's not going to get no credit for it. If he hurts him, he says, therefore, he would be condemned because everybody loved Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? And at the same token, he was the most physically fit, the most ready-made heavyweight, one of the greatest fighters of all time. George Foreman, waved the American flag when he won the Olympic gold, and it was just a fabulous situation. So now you got again reversal this time with the Tavoris crowd being the George Foreman, you know what I mean, and what George Foreman was supposed to win, and he did it. But the old man Ali that everybody was looking apprehensively at, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You know what I mean? You hit, your eyes can't hit, your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. That young man revolutionized not only the sport of boxing, but he revolutionized what it means to stand for something. If you don't stand for nothing, you don't live for nothing. So you got a juxtapose here where now is up to Tavoris Cloud, which I think he will acquit himself quite admirably. I think he will break through so the public worldwide, globally, will recognize Tavoris Cloud as what Tavoris Cloud is, a tough individual dedicated and committed to excellence, and with a fighter that has the veteran experience of Bernard Hopkins, who is going to be standing there with bringing to him a career, a illustrious career of dedication and commitment, and proven, tried, tested, and proven to be one of the great athletes of our times, a future Hall of Famer. He will be there, and when he falls, he won't fall with disgrace or something undignified. He will fall with the great glory. It will be, hey, this guy did his job, he came, he saw, he conquered, and now he is being conquered, and is such by one that is greater than he at this particular time. So I'm looking forward to the fight myself. I'm excited. I'm going to be in awe as I watch every move and gesticulation of these fighters. I know they can't call timeout and send in a substitute. I know if they run out of gas, there ain't no petrol station in sight. You got to fight. So Brooklyn and the world, get ready. The Barclays Center will be the site of history in the making.
Don, as always, thanks very much.
My pleasure, man, and thank you so much.